I absolutely adore my Nintendo Switch. And if you've seen my content, you know I adore my Nintendo Switch. I have so many hours in this thing, and I'm very, very happy that I have one. It is 2024. This March will mark the start of the 8th year of the Switch's life. That is a long time. That is a long time for a console. And it has been doing amazing. It has so many games on it that I never expected Nintendo to put on one of their consoles. But the console is starting to show its age. We have come to the point where Nintendo has done about all it can do for this generation. So naturally, there are a lot of rumors flitting around for the next console, the Switch 2, the Super Switch, whatever people are calling it right now. Apparently there's a whole bunch of these leaks and rumors and everything surrounding this new Switch. Which, side note, I'm really hoping I'm like kind of hoping it's called the Super Switch or Super Nintendo Switch, because come on, that's just a cool name. But with the thought of the Nintendo Switch coming to an end and a new console on the horizon, makes you think back to the games that you've loved. Makes you think back to the games that defined the console. So this video is a love letter to the Switch and its games, especially the games that I personally have loved in the 7 years I've had it. Let's start with the game that I have the most hours in, and that is Animal Crossing New Horizons. At the time of this recording, I have just over 855 hours logged into New Horizons in the past 3 years, almost 4 years since it's released. I love this game. I played almost every day, especially now that I have a new island, which, by the way, I started a new island on Twitch, and I play it every Wednesday on Twitch. So come and check it out. The game itself released at a perfect time, whether Nintendo planned it or not. It released back in 2020, right at the beginning of lockdowns for the pandemic. It came at the best time. It came at a time when people needed something to do because they were stuck in their house. And it gave them a way to connect with their friends. I remember seeing all these posts about people having office meetings in Animal Crossing, people having birthday parties in Animal Crossing. Like, it was so big that Animal Crossing, I believe, is the second most sold game on the Switch, right behind Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Animal Crossing was a huge franchise even before it came out on the Switch. But now, New Horizons opened the door to so many new people. So many people were introduced to the series because of it. And I'm seeing so many people nowadays going back to the older games. I've seen people open up the original GameCube. I've seen people play New Leaf, which honestly, play New Leaf. I love New Leaf. And yes, New Horizons has its flaws, as any game does. I wish we could bulk craft, because it would make fish bait so much easier to use and be practical. I wish we could buy more than one thing, one type of item in the Abel's sisters. I wish bulk buying wasn't just 5 and we could choose how many we want. I wish if we are inside our house, we could craft from what's in our storage and it doesn't have to be in our pockets if we're inside our house. So yes, this game has some flaws. This game is not perfect by any means. And it had a very strenuous and slow, weirdly paced update schedule. But this is the first Animal Crossing game with an update schedule. We have to remember that. There's so many people who complain about the update schedule for Animal Crossing. Y'all have to remember, Animal Crossing came out during COVID. So many things got messed up during the year 2020 because of the lockdowns. Games got delayed. So many things happened. People were not in the offices. So no wonder the updates got weird. We don't know what Nintendo was planning. We don't know if the way that they did the updates is how they wanted to do it, or if they had to change it because of external circumstances. Because yes, I believe they did promise us to have updates for a couple of years instead of just the 1 year we got, or 1.5 years, something like that. We gotta remember the time it was released. That was a strange time for everyone. We had maybe one Nintendo Direct during that entire lockdown time. But Animal Crossing New Horizons is very near and dear to my heart. I am so happy it was made. I enjoy playing it so much. I enjoy decorating my island and making it my own. And then I love tearing it back down again and doing it again. It's fun. It's chill. It's something I can do when I'm stressed. It's not perfect, but it is cozy. Now, I already said Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the most purchased game on the Switch to date. And it is. And that's for good reason. You can't go wrong with a Mario Kart. You just can't. Especially if you have the DLC. It's 2 whole games worth of courses. The game is fun. It's great to play with your friends because the online is mostly okay. Do I wish the online was a little bit better? Of course. I wish it was a little easier to get into parties with people. And I wish it had room codes so I didn't have to friend everyone on my Switch to be able to play with people. So no, the game isn't perfect. None of these games I'm talking about today are perfect. But the game is still fun. It's still so much fun and competitive that you can play with your friends. I play a lot with my friends. And we have a blast doing it all the time. We've been playing the same Mario Kart game since the Wii U. Yes, they've added characters. Yes, they've added tracks, which are amazing. But we need a new Mario Kart game for the Switch. And I completely understand. Why make a new Mario Kart game when the old Mario Kart game that was re-released for the Switch, when that is selling so well even to this day? Why change it? Why make a new one? I get it. But at the same time, everyone's asking for one. And most people have the game by now, so it's probably starting to plateau. I do have a wish list and things I want for Mario Kart 9 from my very limited experience with the gaming world. But that'll be a separate video. I am planning on making that video soon because Nintendo's done with Mario Kart 8. Update's done. Tour is done. Mario Kart 8 generation has come to a close. So it is time for Mario Kart 9. It's time to start looking forward to it. So I want to be able to get my wish list, my hopes and dreams for the new Mario Kart. I gotta get it out here soon. But that'll be coming soon. I'm working on it. Easily, some of the best games on the Switch are Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and its sequel, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Yo. Breath of the Wild was a launch title. That thing launched with the Switch. I adore that game. I 100%ed Breath of the Wild. I got all 900 Koroks. I did all the shrines. I did all the monsters. I got the Medals of Honor. The only thing I didn't do in that game was the Trial of the Sword and getting all the armor up to full max level. I'm not doing that. That's a ton of grinding. I don't like grinding. But I did almost everything. I adored that game. Tears of the Kingdom is no different. I haven't 100%ed it yet, and I don't know if I ever will. But Tears of the Kingdom is... most people say it's better than Breath of the Wild. I'm still on the fence. When you compare the two games, there are some things that Tears of the Kingdom does better, but there are other things that Breath of the Wild does better. For a small example, the abilities in Tears of the Kingdom are just objectively better than Breath of the Wild, even though I miss my remote bombs. I really miss my remote bombs and always having a bomb on hand. I kind of miss it. However, the abilities you unlock during the game, in my opinion, are better in Breath of the Wild. I think the abilities you get in Tears of the Kingdom are weird, watered down versions of them, especially Sidon's. Sidon's is practically useless. I'd rather have Mipha's Grace over Sidon's ability any day of the week. I'd rather have Rivali's Gale over Tulin any day of the week. Even though Tulin is very useful, I'm not downplaying that. Tulin is very useful. So yes, there are things in Tears of the Kingdom that they do better than Breath of the Wild. But there are some things in Breath of the Wild that I wish were in Tears of the Kingdom. Because there have been way too many times to count where I wish I could just hold down my X button and go my B button or something and going flying in the air in Tears of the Kingdom. That would help so much with traversal. This does not downplay the fact that Tears of the Kingdom is probably better than Breath of the Wild just in general. You have triple the map size and there's just more to it. But if you have not played Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild, please play Breath of the Wild first. Please play it first. Tears of the Kingdom is a sequel for a reason. They are both amazing games that you shouldn't just play Tears of the Kingdom because everyone says it's better. Breath of the Wild is still very good as well. Breath of the Wild is still a staple for the Switch. If you do not have Breath of the Wild, what are you doing? It's a launch title of the game. It looks and runs amazing on the Switch, and it is so much fun and addicting to play. It's the same for Tears of the Kingdom. Very addicting, very fun, with a little bit more freedom. So now I've talked about the 4 main hitters of the Switch that I've played. There are so many other big name games on the Switch that other people say that you have to have. And I personally agree. I personally have not played them. Mario Odyssey. You need to have Mario Odyssey. You need to have Smash Bros. Ultimate. I played it, but I don't play it enough for me to talk about it. Other than I will say this much about Smash. It was my first game on the Switch. That was the first thing I bought with Smash. I could go on and on about Switch games I have loved over the past 6-7 years I've had the console. Heck, I didn't even touch Pokemon today. Don't get me started with Pokemon. I didn't even touch it. It's there. I didn't touch any Mario game other than Mario Kart. There are so many games on the Switch. It is not a perfect console, but it's still a pretty great console. It has been an amazing ride with this thing. And I'm not done yet. This ride is not done. It's not done until I have the new console in my hand. And even then, I'm still going to go back to this thing. I am hoping the next console is a Switch 2. I am hoping it is backwards compatible. But even then, you can't beat the OG. I mean, don't get me wrong, this is the OLED. But you can't beat the Switch. It is one of the best consoles ever made. It is well loved and well adored by a lot of people. There are entire YouTube channels based on this console. You don't get that, which is any old everyday console. You don't see that. This thing's special, and I'm very glad to have owned one. And I look forward to what Nintendo has planned for the future. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's not the most exciting video ever, It's just an appreciation video for some of the games on the Switch that I've loved. As a reminder, I do stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I play an RPG. We're currently at this time going through Mario RPG, but I am almost done with it. And on Wednesdays, we play Cozy, which currently right now we're playing Animal Crossing, as I just started a new island. Please join me on Twitch over there. I also post shorts and TikToks basically every day. It's not 100% every day, but basically every day. So please check those out. Now, I know there's a video that probably already popped up that YouTube suggests that you watch. Please go watch it. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe. I am working hard to do better this year on making content. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.